In this video, we will discuss why you may want to start from seeds, where to shop, the difference between GMO, hybrid, and heirloom, and when to start your seeds. Are you thinking of starting a garden in 2024? Hi, I'm Erin from the Home Sanctuary. In this video, we will discuss why you may want to start from seeds, where to shop, the difference between GMO, hybrid, and heirloom, and when to start your seeds. Now, if you see me kind of looking down, it's because I printed some notes out. I have a tendency to ramble and be long-winded, and I want to make this video as educational and concise as possible. So I will be looking at my notes occasionally. So why might you want to start a garden from seeds? First of all, starting from seeds is by far the most cost-effective. You can start a garden from seeds or from starts. So starts are plants that someone else has started and they're already transplanted into small pots, and these can range in price from like $3 to $8. Now, last year I noticed when I went to some of my local stores like Tractor Supply and even the co-op, the price went up a lot. They were maybe $8 to $9 for a tomato plant. So imagine if you wanted to grow 50 tomato plants. You can see how expensive this can get and add up very quickly, versus a seed packet might have between 30 to 100 seeds in it, in the whole seed packet, for maybe $2 to $4. And also, starting seeds allows you to have more options in the variety of plants that you want to grow. And also, you're learning a new skill. So learning a new skill or a hobby, it's just good for your mental health, and it's something that we can pass on to our children and grandchildren. It's just got this, it's very rewarding and has a sense of accomplishment. And in fact, there's been some studies done where they have taken, in a nursing home, they've given an elderly person a plant to care for. They have to water it, make sure it has sunlight, and just generally tend to it. And they have found that these people have better quality life and a more positive outlook. So there's something about growing from seeds that just give us like a sense of hope. So if that is you and you want to start a garden from seeds this year, here are some suggestions on where to purchase. So of course you can buy from your big box stores. So these stores generally put out a sampling of vegetables and flowers. However, they might not always be the best for your area for that time of year. So for example, I've gone to some of those stores, and I always love to look at the seed selection. I've seen many seeds that are for sale in the spring, because this is when they generally put out their inventory, but they aren't recommended to plant them until the fall. So that's fine. You just need to purchase them in the spring and save them, and they'll be totally safe. But if you come and wait till the fall, you're gonna have a harder time finding that what you're looking for, say in like a big box store, because in the fall they're moved on to their decorating for Halloween and Christmas. So it's fine. You just need to maybe purchase those seeds in the spring and save them. Another place to purchase is the farmer's co-op. So most towns have a farmer's co-op or somewhere close in your area that'll have a seed display. The people who work there are very knowledgeable in gardening. Many of them are gardeners or farmers themselves, and they have specific knowledge on your local growing area and can give some suggestions on what to plant and grow. And they also offer some soil tests, which is an important part of having a healthy garden. Another place to purchase seeds is some seed companies, and this is where I mostly get most of my seeds. So I prefer to purchase through seed companies because they have a larger variety of seeds, and they also work towards preserving seeds for future generations. So some of the companies that I purchase from are Seed Savers Exchange, and I will put the links to these in the description. Seed Savers Exchange, and they have a catalog, and it's people who are really vested in saving and preserving seeds for the future. Another one is a Baker Creek. This is very popular. It has a beautiful catalog. They have a free catalog that comes in the winter, and it's really encouraging to look through. And they also have a catalog you can purchase. I think it's $15, and it has a lot of information about gardening and some tips. Baker Creek, they have a lot of unusual varieties also. Another one is, if you are looking to grow medicinal herbs, is I recommend Strictly Medicinal Herbs, and I have purchased from them before. That's a whole nother video, because growing medicinal herbs, especially, there can be some things that you need to do to help with the germination rates. That's a whole nother topic. My by far favorite that I have found has an excellent germination rate is M.I. Gardner. So I really love M.I. Gardner because, like I said, they have a great germination rate. Their seed packets are only $2, and they have like years worth of YouTube videos. So you can go and search YouTube on pretty much anything that you want to grow, and he will give you an explanation, very simple, on how to grow this. They've also, this year, of course, prices have gone up in many different, just across the board. And they have really looked at their finances and tried to tweak everything so that their seed packets did not go up in price. So M.I. Gardner is one that you can look for online to order your seeds, and that's my favorite. Another company is called Johnny Seeds. They have heirloom and hybrid. I think I've only used them a couple times, but I know that a lot of people use them and recommend them. Everwild Farms is a great company if you want to order in bulk. Their prices for bulk are pretty reasonable. So why might you want to do this? Maybe, like for me, I'm trying to grow a lot of tomatoes. I don't necessarily need to buy in bulk, but I would have to maybe do the math and figure out if it would be better for me to buy bulk seeds for the tomato plants. Or if you wanted to grow like a wildflower garden, they have beautiful wildflowers. So in there you might want to buy, like, they have like quarter pound, a pound of seeds. So it's called Everwild Farms. And I'll leave the links to all this in the description. Botanical Interests. This is something that you may have seen in some of the stores. These are the seed packets that have those beautiful, like, watercolor drawings on them. Now, Epic Gardening has taken over this company, and it's also another great resource for educational gardening videos on YouTube. And there's also a lot of information on the seed packet about that particular seed. If you have any other, there are more companies, but these are the ones that I have purchased from before. So if you have any other favorite seed companies, leave a comment below. So what if you don't have a lot of money to spend, but you still want to garden? So I'm seeing this question asked frequently in different gardening forums. I'm in several different gardening groups online, and I see more and more people are wanting to start a vegetable garden with the purpose of growing food for the family to help reduce their grocery budget. So they want to get started in an economical way. So growing food for your family, I'm going to make, that's a whole nother video, which I think I'm going to make a video about that soon. So keep your eye out. It's too much to put in this one video. So if you want to start it in an economical way, here are some other places that you can go to look for seeds. The dollar store. In the springtime, actually probably even this time of year, you know, January, Valentine's Day, they start to put out the gardening things. Dollar General, Dollar Tree will have many times 4 for $1 seed packets. And they're fine. I've heard people on those gardening forums have had good success from them. And sometimes at the end of the season, I've heard that they go on sale for even 10 cents a packet. Another option is to your local library. Some local libraries will have what's called a seed vault, or they'll host seed exchanges. So a seed exchange is where local gardeners come together and they bring their seeds that they have saved and you can trade and share with each other. So check your local library, ask around if they have a seed vault, and it's for free. Or you may want to set up a seed exchange yourself and just have to facilitate in getting that information out. Another place to consider, and this is kind of more of a survival type situation, but if you're grocery shopping and you want to save the seeds from some of the produce, that would work well too. It's a little bit of a learning curve on how to save the seeds. So if you're willing to put in the research and experimentation with certain vegetables and flowers from the produce aisle, absolutely, I would save from your grocery store. I've known some people who have purchased garlic from the grocery store and then planted it, and have had success that way. Let's get into the different types of seeds. There's GMO, hybrid, and heirloom. GMO seeds are not available to the general public, so there's no fear of accidentally buying GMO seeds at your local seed store. Sometimes it'll say like non-GMO, but they're all, just think that in general they're always going to be non-GMO. They're not available for purchase for the general public. So then we have hybrid. So hybrid seeds are crossbred for certain conditions. So they may be grown to be disease resistant or better suited for growing containers or greenhouses, but most of the time they are grown for shelf life so they can be shipped all around the world. They are not grown for taste. The main reason they are grown is for longevity, shelf life, and shipping purposes. So hybrid seeds are totally fine. Some people only like to do heirloom. Some people do a mix of both, but just think of hybrid as more crossbred for certain conditions. And it takes 7 generations to become what they refer to as like stable. Hybrid seeds tend to be more expensive because they are bred to be more disease or pest resistant, but you can plant them again. However, it's going to be questionable as to whether you're going to get the same exact plant. Like you might get a plant that maybe is tomato and maybe is slightly different color or maybe a slightly different taste. So you can plant them, but it's just kind of iffy as to what is going to come out the next year. And then there are the heirloom seeds. These are seeds that have passed down for at least 50 years. And the benefit to this is you can save those seeds year after year and you will get the same exact plant. The flavor is usually better because they're grown for taste, not for shelf life. So I know some people who they say, oh, I have this bean. I know Melissa K. Norris from her channel, she, I guess, has a green bean that has been passed down for over 100 years. And they say it tastes completely different than the green beans now. So there's benefits to heirloom and saving those seeds for future generations and just the history and story of passing that down to your family. Some other things to consider. If you've never gardened before and you're not sure what to plant when, you're going to need to look up your growing zone and your last frost date. So you can do a quick Google search, just plug in your address or even just your town and it'll pull it up right away. So why is this important? Your growing zone. So a growing zone are just zones that they're used mostly in the United States to help gardeners determine what plants are going to grow best in the area. For example, you might often see or hear the phrase hardy in zones 5 through 8. So this just means that the plant will grow best in that growing area. So the growing zones actually changed in the past year. It doesn't mean a whole lot. It's based on the average temperature in that area. But as we know, every year the temperatures fluctuate. So it's more important to kind of look at your last frost date. So sometimes if you look in the seed packet, it'll say start seeds inside 8 weeks before your last frost date. So you just need to go and search when is my last frost date and then count backward 8 weeks on the calendar, and that's when you want to start inside. Or it might say direct sow after last frost. So then you can direct sow in the ground after the threat of that last frost. So those are the two things that you need to kind of look to help you determine specifically in your area when you want to start seeds inside or outside. If you found this video to be helpful, please give a thumbs up. If you're an experienced gardener and you have some tips that you want to share, please comment below. We want to be able to share this information and to learn from each other. Let's grow together, and thanks for watching.